Phenomena in this building. It happens frequently. The staff check it every night before they leave. It's happened to me in that building.
Has it?
Oh God, yes.
Anything else, Richard Jones?
It's very common in hauntings for mechanical things to malfunction. Lights go off, lifts
Maybe
stop.
it's a dodgy lift.
Could be a dodgy lift, but it's interesting. It goes in with the story, and he picks up on the energy of the boy as well.
Okay, we'll see what happens. Okay, let's go now straight off to Matthew and to David. They're at the River Derwent. Let's join them now.
Okay, Day, we're down by the river now. Okay, it's a bit of a weird situation.
Yeah,
Are you getting anything at all?
I am, Matthew, yeah. I mean, I hate to say things that are clearly obvious, especially with you here. And the obvious thing is that by the river someone may have drowned, and it was the initial thing I got. Therefore I'm looking for detail. I've got a female, she's sort of around 30 odd, and I'm getting the E name, so it's like an Elizabeth, an Edith, that kind of name. But the dominant thing I have to say is like, it's like this is a barrier. There's like two sides to the city, you know. I'm getting lots of fighting, but in two different eras. I'm no historian, but I'm getting those big tall hats, big tall hats, the British soldiers, but the great big tall ones with the gold bits around them. And I'm getting also Romans as well, so there's two time periods I'm getting.
Okay, so you're getting lots of... And because the first thing then was an E name, an Elizabeth or an Enid. You think this is a woman who may have died here?
Yeah, under suspicious circumstances.
Okay.
And it's linked in some way to... it's some kind of counterfeit, it's either counterfeit money or it's drugs. It's something that's not right either.
Right.
Yeah.
But then you think, what kind of date would you say for that person? Do you think that's relatively recent?
No, it's not recent. I think it's 1800s, maybe late 1800s.
Now you think separate to that is this other information you're getting something to do with...
I'll tell you what I'm getting, Civil War. Civil War is what I'm getting. I'm getting the Civil War, and I'm also getting Romans as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, anything else? Any more about this name of this Enid or Elizabeth?
It's like Edith, so yeah. I tell you what I'm getting. I know there is light on the river, it's clear from the street lamps here, but I'm not talking about these lights. I'm getting, if I was looking at more of a spiritual thing, I'd be thinking undines, which are like an elemental force rather than a spiritual force, if you know what I mean. They're like elemental beings. So there's lots of sparky lights that people might have seen down here as well.
But you seeing them, or you just...
I see them in my mind's eye. I haven't seen them physically yet. I may do if we spend longer down here, but in my mind's eye I'm seeing them.
Okay. Yeah. So we've got somebody who maybe died in suspicious circumstances.
Yeah, she's got blood on her chest, so it looks like it was a stabbing. The blood is... I'm seeing her in like a white robe, and it's almost, classical face popping up to the surface in my mind's eye. And there is a stain on her chest, and she's wearing white. She's got very dark hair. Very dark hair.
And do you think something quite specific to this spot here, or do you think somewhere...
No, it's not specific to the spot because when I first came down here, I know it sounds odd, but she kind of floated past me. She moved past me, so it would have been further up. And I think further up there is where there's far more paranormal activity than necessarily where we are.
Do you think this person you're talking about, this woman, this E person, is still in the river?
She's still wandering the shores. No, she's still wandering.
The body then? You think her body?
Oh, her body. No, her body's not. Her body's not. But her, if you like, her ghost walks here because she doesn't feel at rest.
Do you get anything? You want to take a few moments? Anything else coming through, or are you just getting?
I'm getting money, and I don't know why I'm getting money.
Money.
The money is surrounding her. It's like she's floating in the water, and the money is actually floating around her as well. And now that could be symbolic, or it could have been actual. And I'm also getting the sign of Taurus, which I know as an astrologer is about money as well. A bellowing bull is about money, and I don't know why I'm getting that. It may be the money link as well.
Okay, and then separate to those is this information maybe to do with the Romans, obviously many years ago back
Yeah.
Nothing more than that. Anything specific we could be even check up on.
No, I'm getting something like it's over this side of the river. Is where a dominant force is. So attacking from this side of it. So I don't know if the historians might know which way it goes.
If anyone's getting orbs,
orbs
that are coming around. And then a separate one again was you said there's another thing maybe in between those two times.
Yeah. There's I think it's like a civil war.
Okay.
Civil war. I'm going to stick my neck out. Maybe I should say
No, go. Please do.
Say about my bayonet just yet.
Oh,
but I think the bayonet might be associated somewhere around here.
Okay, and obviously somewhere around that time as well.
Then. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay then. So, you think it's worth spending more time down here?
Yeah, I'd like to spend a bit more time. I'd like to walk around a bit more on the bank. It's it's interesting. It doesn't feel at all sinister, though.
No.
I thought it might feel a bit more sinister.
It is a kind of unusual thing here. We're very careful you don't walk back in here as well.
Very close to the
very
river.
close.
Watch your falling, Matthew.
Yeah, because I must say as well, yeah, don't push me. I'm not really getting anything. I mean, these obviously things that you're telling me, but we'll, you know, perhaps we'll pursue on that a little bit.
Okay, guys,
But
I'm going to
maybe
have to
David-
leave you there for the second. You carry on the river, okay? We want them to carry on with their vigil there. Also, as you know, Yvette and Derek and the rest of the other team have gone to the next location. So it is time to find our next person. Okay, right, what we're going to do is the vari-light thing that we did right at the beginning. Let's have those random lights again, please. Here they go. Okay, let's count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Who is that? Who's that? Right, let's have a shot. There he is. That gentleman there. Stand up, please, in the blue shirt. Round of applause. Right, let's take that gentleman out of here, please. We're going to send him off there. Okay, still to come, Yvette and the team examine strange goings-on at the Old Dolphin pub. It actually dates back to 1530 and it's the oldest public house in Derby. This gentleman here is going to that public house. Now, tonight already we've held a number of vigils. We've asked for your input into the live show. Now, what we also want to know is what spooky experiences you've had. What have you spotted that the team has actually missed on those locations? Tell us what you felt as you've watched the investigation team take part in those vigils. We'll find out more from you and from him after this break. That should be, yes, good. Well, welcome back to Most Haunted Live, our spectacular in Derby. Now, this is night one of our trilogy. Now, already we've investigated several locations around Derby, and Derek's come up with some really good stuff, which even Matthew is fairly impressed about. The historians have corroborated that. And also, members of our audience have got stories to tell as well. So let's go and find out what they have to say as I go running down here. Now, we need to go right down to the back here, because there's a gentleman who is right at the back who has something strange to tell us. So what's your name?
Andy.
Andy. And what's your story?
When Derek was talking about the little boy being kicked down the stairs at the top of the building, there was a little boy knelt down behind the crew with like a hat, wearing a hat,
Describe
a shadow. It was like a flat cap, quite short to his head, quite small to his head, but the peak was quite wide.
Sort of a historical hat?
Yeah.
And do you consider yourself to be a believer?
I am a believer, yeah.
Did anyone else see this? Hands up if you did. Some people over there. Come on, round here, come on. Right, where are you? Put your hands up again. Where are you? Right. Okay, good. Let me squeeze in here. What's your name?
So,
Sue. What did you see?
just looked like a little boy peering behind the door when they were on the stairs.
And you saw this as well?
Yes, I
What's
did.
your name?
Jan.
And you definitely saw this?
Yes, we did.
How come you saw it and no one else did?
I don't know.
You don't know. Are you a believer?
Yeah. Yes.
You're a believer? Okay. I also want to go and talk to this lady over here, because where have you gone? My friend here. Yeah, now you tell me your story this afternoon.
Well, we walked from the river, which is, as we're sat here, it's over behind us to the right, to get down here this afternoon. And as we walked under the river, under the bridge with the lights on underneath it, I said to my husband, I've got a pain in my chest and I've got a job to breathe.
And as you walked under a bridge, do you know which bridge that was?
It was the bridge down towards the right with the lights underneath on the
And
footpath.
did you have any other feelings at all?
Just the fact that I had a sharp pain in my chest and I couldn't breathe. It was literally as though
And you
something
don't-
had been forced in my chest rather than...
As a
medical.
doctor, I have to ask
Yeah.
whether you have a medical complaint. No, right. I just thought it was worth checking. You don't know which bridge that was, though?
Just the one just up the road here,
Okay.
with the little glassy lights underneath.
Historians, Richards, is there anything there about people being ill when they feeling ill when they go near these bridges?